Hi guys, it's Andrea. If you guys don't know who I am, I bought a hoarder house. And with that came along a renovation. So if you guys are interested in this type of video, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button and come along on the journey. So today we are going to do some peel and stick tile. I've done this at my last house. I actually did this in the main floor bathroom, which I recently renovated. And that's because I may try to replace all of the floors in the downstairs. But for now, I put peel and stick. And quite honestly, guys, it's so good. It lasts so well. I may just leave it. And people joke around about peel and stick tile, but it's a really, really good product. So today I'm going to show you guys all of the tips and tricks that I have learned because, you know, I've done a million bad cuts before. So I'm doing a really, really small section of my bathroom upstairs that I'm currently renovating. So that video will be posted hopefully soon because I want that bathroom to be complete. So listen along and, you know, hopefully you guys learn some stuff and let's get right to it. All right, here is the before. So as I told you guys, I am in the middle of my upstairs bathroom renovation. I want to get the toilet in. I've cleaned off the tub and I pulled off the old vinyl. So you do not need to pull up your old floor if it's in good condition, but the old vinyl was not. I also have found that a really, really good tip is to get as big of a tile as possible. It minimizes the cuts, and that is a huge, huge deal. So as you can see, I'm starting in a corner. Most floors will have lines that you guys can follow. So especially if you're replacing it over existing floors, just follow the lines of the floors that are already laid. Guys, those floors were laid in a straight way. So just follow those lines. For me here, the plywood was laid, perfectly, and also had, if you look closely, you'll see some like red lines. So I knew how to keep the floor straight. So the easiest way, guys, is to start in a corner and then work your way back. Now you can lay different patterns. This is also, up to you. Downstairs in the video that I showed you in the intro, you saw I actually butted them all together. I wanted a really contemporary look. So this one, I'm going to go a little bit more traditional. So I'll go through the tools and prep in just a second, but this is the first, I guess, a challenging cut. And it's not really, guys, you need a ruler. I could not find my ruler or straight edge or anything to do this project. So I just used another tile. But guys, it's so much easier if you guys find your ruler. So you can see I flipped it over and I butted it up against the wall and then marked my cut lines and just basically drew a line, and I am cutting it with my box cutter. What is so nice about this product and peel and stick vinyl tiles is look how easy it is about to snap. I mean, put a little pressure on it and it will just go. Now, as far as the tools that you guys need, a hammer, there's always some nails left over. It is so important that you have a clean surface when you are putting the tiles down. So you'll see me wipe down every single spot, with my hand as best as I can. Now, what I like with the tiles is to butt them up very, very close. I don't want any grout lines. I don't grout them. You can grout over the vinyl tile, but I just find if you butt them up as hard as you possibly can, there's really nothing getting in there. So that's great. As far as other tools that you guys are going to need, definitely a pair of really good kitchen scissors, guys. There are some curved cuts, so I will show you guys how to go around the toilet. So that is a really difficult cut. And you just have to do a lot of measuring, guys, and you'll see me do that a little bit more slowly. later on in the video. So what I do after the first row is, because I want them staggered, I am just using the tile that I cut in that prior first row cut. So that way I'm not actually losing any tile. I am keeping as much tile as possible. Make sure you keep as many of your scraps as possible. You'll see that you'll use a lot less tile in the long run. Now, lastly, it is really important that you put some pressure on the tile after you've stuck it. I actually like using painter's tape. You can see I'm using absolutely like the dumbest tool to do it, but you'll see later on in the video, I used the painter's tape, and I found that that was really, really great to push down between the seams. It's really important that you line up the seams really, really well, because that is what is going to look like a professional job. All right, so as you can see, wall cuts are pretty easy. You flip the tile over, you basically put two lines, and you clean the surface and you peel it down. So most of the cuts are going to be super easy. After you've had the first two rows done, it is really important that the seams from the first row and the third row, because I'm doing a staggered layout, that they line up perfectly. So take your time with that first tile. All right, here we go, guys. This is the tough cut. If you guys can do this, you guys can do pretty much anything. So first things first is I cut the tile to the length that I needed. That was just a normal floor cut. You guys have seen me do that just a few seconds ago. Now what I am doing here is I'm basically measuring like the center points of each of the ends so that I can draw out a circle. So you can see basically what I'm doing is I took the tape measure and I'm measuring the center point of each cut so that I have reference points. And guys, I'm not going to get out a compass or whatever those circle things are. I'm just going to freehand it, and I'm going to take my time and cut it a little bit smaller than what I need. I'd rather cut it a few more times than waste a whole extra tile. right, so here is another cut, but here is the corner cut. So you can see I'm doing a lot of thinking because you know what, guys? Every time you just got to triple check your measurements. So what I'm doing first is measuring how long it is. I am using the prior row's reference point. So you can see that now it is the same like length as what it is 2 rows over, but now I only need a very small section of it. So I just take my tape measure out, guys, nothing super exciting, and I cut that dimension as well.
Walk through life. Every day is a new beginning. Shine your light. It's a day and the world is waiting. Move along to the song, singing in your soul. Feel the beat, clap your hands, let's take control. All you need, all you want, are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Whoa, whoa, walk through life and move ahead to your destination. Shine so bright, be the light of a new creation. If the world is a stage, better start the show. 7, 8, 9, 10, ready, set, let's go. Turn it on, turn it up. Are you ready to find your way? 'Cause every day is a new day. And everything's going your way. And you wanna make it last forever. We'll keep it together, 'cause it keeps getting better. Feel the sun upon your shoulders. Find the strength to make you bolder. Yeah. And let each moment take you higher and higher and higher than you've ever been before.
All right, guys, so that basically wraps it up. Before we show that big reveal, I just wanted you guys to see the before. So this is what we're dealing with, and we are going to show the new one right now. All right, so here's the finished product. I'm going to throw a couple books on a couple areas that I see are still, maybe like lifting up a tiny bit. So for example, you can see this section, but if I push it down, it wants to stick. So I'm just gonna give it a little help and throw some books on it, but quite honestly, it only seems to be happening at the edges, and that happens sometimes. Anyways, this is the complicated cuts. We got some corner cuts, so good luck with that. If you have a finished toilet, just take your time a little longer. You can see the seams are matching up. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good one.